The Dynamic North Florida Dairy Farm Model, or DyNoFlo, is a decision support tool developed by Dr. Victor Cabrera at the University of Florida. It is designed to help North Florida dairy producers estimate nitrogen leaching from their operations and evaluate management strategies that can reduce environmental impact while maintaining profitability. The tool integrates livestock herd simulation, waste management tracking, crop model outputs, and economic analysis into a single Excel-based application. It also incorporates El Niño Southern Oscillation climate forecasts, allowing producers to adjust management practices based on predicted seasonal conditions. When you open the file, the main menu appears automatically. It has 8 tabs across the top: Start, Livestock, Nitrogen, Soil, Crop, Climate, Economics, and Optimize. At the bottom of the menu, there is a drop-down to select a pre-configured farm size, small farm, medium farm, or large farm, which loads a set of default values across all tabs. There are also buttons to view the main dashboard, view the graphs, and run the simulation. The Start tab provides a brief description of the tool and its intended use. Select the Livestock tab. Here you enter the total number of adult cows, the number of bulls, the rolling herd average of milk production in pounds per year, the percent of heifers raised on farm, the percent of seasonality in milk production, the amount of crude protein in the diet set to either low or high, and the percent of time milking cows spent confined on concrete. There is also a field for the percent of time spent in concentrated areas. A monthly button allows you to set different confined time values for each month of the year. The default button loads standard values for a typical North Florida dairy. Select the Nitrogen tab to configure the waste management system. This module tracks nitrogen losses at each stage of the flushing system. You enter the percent lost during flushing, the percent removed with solids, the percent lost during holding in the storage pond, the percent in sludge, the percent lost during spraying, and the percent lost from the soil after application in both spray fields and pastures. Below that, you enter maximum water usage and the percent recycled. Select the Soil tab to set the soil type. There are 10 soil series found in the North Florida dairy region. Sandy soils like Millhopper Bonneau and Bonneau Blanton Unola are more prone to nitrogen leaching. More retentive soils like Arredondo Gainesville Millhopper leach less. Select the Crop tab to define up to 10 fields. For each field, enter the acreage, select whether it is a spray field or pasture land, and choose the forage rotation for spring-summer, summer-fall, and fall-winter. Options include perennial grasses like Bermuda grass and Bahia grass and annual crops like corn, sorghum, and millet. Click Enter to add each field to the grid. Select the Climate tab to configure the simulation timeline. Enter the starting year and the number of runs. Then assign an ENSO phase to each year: El Niño, La Nina, neutral, or the 43-year average. The 43-year average uses the mean climate across all historical years from 1956 to 1998 rather than a specific ENSO phase. Click Enter after each assignment. The purpose of running multiple ENSO phases is to compare how the farm performs under different climate scenarios side by side. Select the Economics tab to enter revenue and expense data. Revenue categories include milk price, cow sales, heifer sales, and other revenues. Expense categories include personnel, feed purchased, milk marketing, crop expenses, and other expenses. All values are in dollars per unit of milk produced. You can also set the value of nitrogen as fertilizer and the value of accumulated biomass as feed. Select the Optimize tab to run the Linear Programming Optimizer. Check which management factors the optimizer is allowed to vary: crude protein, pasture rotations, sprayfield rotations, and confined time. Set minimum and maximum bounds for confined time. Click Optimize to run all scenarios. The optimizer finds the combination of practices that minimizes nitrogen leaching while maintaining a minimum profit level, with separate results for each ENSO phase. Click the Run button at the bottom of the menu to start the simulation. The tool uses a Markov chain model to simulate herd dynamics across 3,200 possible cow states defined by months in milk, pregnancy status, and lactation number. It calculates monthly milk production, dry matter intake, and manure nitrogen excretion, then tracks nitrogen through the waste handling system and into the crop fields. After the simulation completes, the main dashboard on the Markov sheet displays a schematic of the entire farm system. You can see the flow of nitrogen from feed through livestock, the waste system, and into the spray fields and pastures. The dashboard shows the total manure and nitrogen at each stage, the percentage losses through the waste handling chain, and the crop system table with all field definitions. At the bottom, a climatic forecast table shows the yearly nitrogen leaching and profit totals for each ENSO phase. You can use the scroll bar under the start date table to see the per-month results of the simulation, which each change updating the respective N-leach and profit values shown on the right. Click the Graphs button to view 4 charts: monthly nitrogen leaching by source, monthly profit, accumulated biomass, and a nitrogen source breakdown showing contributions from milking cows, dry cows, heifers, and the amount applied to spray fields. The dominant pattern across all simulations is that nitrogen leaching peaks in the winter months, particularly January, and is highest during El Niño years when wetter and cooler conditions reduce plant nitrogen uptake. The DyNoFlo dairy model was developed by Dr. Victor Cabrera at the University of Florida with support from NOAA through the Southeastern Climate Consortium. It is available at dairymgt.cals.wisc.edu.